my name is Jamie. I'm with Click the Mouse. I'm a travel agent specializing in Disney vacations, and this is my husband,
Brad, and I'm here to just give other thoughts.
Yeah, he's my partner in crime. So today we're actually talking about Pop Century versus All Stars. So we're comparing two value resorts and going to give you suggestions and reviews on where to stay for your next Disney vacation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of
So yeah, like my wife said, we're going to be comparing two value resorts. Now, you're probably asking, why aren't we talking about Art of Animation? Art of Animation's a wonderful resort. In fact, it's probably my favorite value resort of the three.
Sure.
But it's kind of treated in many ways a little step up from the other two values. Certainly, from a cost perspective, it's quite a bit more expensive. You're not going to find, probably on the entire Disney theme, or in all of Disney World, you're probably not going to find a better themed place, a place with even nicer pools. It's an incredible resort. But if you're looking for value, if you're looking for the cheapest place on property that can house your family and you still have a great vacation, well, you're probably looking at either All Star or Pop. So first, let's talk about Pop.
Yeah. So Pop Century is kind of like a nostalgia themed hotel. So it's all the way from the 50 era to the 90s. And so there's life-size, oversized yo-yos because those were so cool in the 90s, I guess.
I feel like they have resurgence every now and then.
So there's also life-size Rubik's Cubes. Because
life-size Play-Doh.
Yeah, Play-Doh. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Yes.
And also, yeah, Play-Doh with a little elephant coming out of it. There's life-size Baloo and Mowgli for those Jungle Book fans. So it's really cool. There's lots of fun stuff there, and each building is themed after a different era. And it's actually quite a bit newer than the All Stars.
Yes.
So a little bit more updated, a little bit more themed compared to the All Stars,
yeah.
I'd say. You know, just a little bit brighter and happier, which I like. It was actually the first resort that we ever stayed at.
Yeah.
This was BC, so before children. And I remember just walking into the lobby and the pool and being blown away at how kind of Disney it felt. Like, it wasn't just like staying at a regular Holiday Inn or something. This was like special, and it felt awesome.
So let's get into an overview of Pop Century just from a practical standpoint and what's on property. There are 2,880 rooms at Pop Century.
Each room is 260 square feet. The kind of cool thing about Pop Century is it's been recently going under a total refurbishment of the rooms. So right now, as this movie is being filmed, the standard rooms are all completed with the renovation. The new rooms actually feature one queen and one double bed in it, which is so nice for families going with, you know, small little kids, and then the mom and dad, they get a little bit bigger of a bed. The new rooms feature a really clean, modern, nice look. They took out the carpets and they changed it for beautiful hardwood floors, really clean and streamlined, and it's just gorgeous now. Pop Century features 3 pools. They have the bowling alley pool, which is a giant bowling ball,
giant bowling pin.
And they have the computer pool, which reminds me of like one of those old school computers that used to, you know, print out, and then you'd have to like rip off the sides. Do you remember those? Like after the paper would print, you'd have to rip it off and then rip off the other side. And then the main pool is the Hippity Dippity pool, which is kind of like a, I guess that would be 50s theme, right? What's hippies?
I think it was maybe 70s? 70s, 60s, 50s. I don't know.
Yeah, we weren't alive then.
Yes.
So those rooms next to that pool are preferred rooms. So if you want a preferred room, which is just closer to the lobby and closer to the main pool, you're going to be paying a little extra in premium. And the standard rooms tend to be over by the other bowling pin and the computer pools.
The food court at Pop Century is really, really good. It's quite large. The food selection that we found when we were there was excellent, and everything that we read online from blogs and different people is still very positive. However, the best food court, obviously of the value ones, is at Art of Animation. And what's really, really nice about staying at Pop is you are free to walk across the bridge that goes over the lake that kind of separates separates the two resorts, and head right to their food court if you would prefer that.
The bus service at Pop, they only have one dedicated bus to the whole hotel. So they don't share a bus between any other resorts, which is a really big plus in my mind, because some of the All-Stars, like we're going to be talking about, do share buses at times. So they can fill up a lot quicker. So I think bus service, in my opinion, at Pop for one of the values is probably one of the best.
But Pop's great. It's a good value resort, good for your money. And yeah, with the recent renos, the awesome food court, it's a great stay.
Yeah, we highly recommend it.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, we're a little nostalgic just because it was our first resort that we stayed at together at Disney. So yeah, we really love Pop. So we give it a big thumbs up.
Next on the list is the All-Star Resorts.
Yeah, now All-Star Resorts is kind of like 3 resorts in one. So they all have their own separate buildings and separate theming and even separate lobby where you go check in. But they're all kind of on the same property and quite close to each other. And they all have kind of like different theming, but it's all kind of really similar, so it's so connected, right? So we like to kind of do an overview of all 3 of the All-Stars. So within all 3 of the All-Stars, there's 3 different kind of themes. There's sports, music, and movies.
So if you're wanting like an overview of the All-Star Resorts, we're going to hit that right now. There are 5,264 rooms at the 3 All-Star Resorts, and there are 260 family suites. This is significant because Pop does not have any family suites.
That's right. The standard rooms at All-Stars are 260 square feet, and they feature 2 double beds or 1 king-size bed in each room. And they also sleep 4 adults, up to 4 adults really, and then 1 child under 3 years old. The family suites actually sleep up to 6, and they are 520 square feet. So they're quite a bit larger. They feature 1 queen, double pull-out, and 1 chair ottoman, and then a chair kind of bed. So our recommendation is it does sleep up to 6, but you probably wouldn't want more than 4 adults really.
4 adults and 2 kids under 5 is probably what you're looking at there. They are nice. Again, they're fairly new as far as the refurbishment. They have a kitchenette, 2 bathrooms. Really, really awesome. Again, for your value cost, if you're looking for a family suite, you can't get a better price than this. Well, I go as far as to say, if the kitchenette is really important to you, yeah, absolutely do the family suite. But if it's not, I would get, if you need that many beds, I'd get 2 rooms and just request that they be adjacent or next door to each other. Now, you can't guarantee that that'll happen, but Disney's pretty good about making accommodations when they can.
Yeah, and at the All-Stars, they do have actually connecting rooms. So you can definitely request to have a connecting room. And that actually might be a better value overall than the family suites.
Well, when we check the cost, it is cheaper to do 2 individual rooms comparatively to a family suite. You do save about 5 to 10%.
Each resort at All-Stars does have 2 heated pools. So at All-Star Sports they have 2, at All-Star Movies and All-Star Music they each have 2. So that is quite a bit, well, 1 less than Pop Century. So if it's important to have a pool right by your room, then you might want to consider staying in Pop instead.
The food courts are quite a bit smaller than Pop Century or Art of Animation's food courts. However, All-Star Music has just had a refurb. Apparently, it's gorgeous and beautiful. So the food, like everywhere with quick service, it's not the greatest thing you'll ever eat, but it's good. It's Disney. It's solid.
Yeah, we did find when we stayed at All-Star Sports, the food court to be a little bit congested in those busy times. So breakfast, and especially dinner when the people get back from the park. So I did find it a little more congested than Pop. So one thing to keep in mind.
Should we talk about the bus system at the All-Star Resorts?
Yeah, bus system is kind of a big thing at All-Star Resorts. So during the busy times in the day, so morning and evening when the park closes, usually All-Stars each has their own bus service. During the slower times in the day and even at low season, they can tend to share a bus, which can be a pretty big negative. If you do decide to go stay at the All-Stars, then what you probably want to do is stay at Sports, because that is where they pick up first. And then next after they stop off at music and last movies. So there has been a lot of complaints that people, by the time they get to movies, the bus is just utterly packed and there's no place for them to even sit or stand.
So we hope this helps you as you are planning your Disney vacation, which resort you want to stay at, gives you a little bit of an overview, a few specifics on what just would be best for your family and what would be better for your wallet. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like, the little thumbs up below, say a comment. We love to respond and just kind of have some interaction. And of course, subscribe so that you can know when we come out with some new content. But above all, if you are needing help planning a Disney vacation, contact this girl.
Yeah, Jamie at clickthemouse.ca is my email. And you can also contact me on my website, which is www.clickthemouse.com/Jamie. And you can get a free quote for your next Disney vacation. And I'd be happy to help you plan your next Disney vacation. And my services are all totally free to you. So I can help you kind of figure out what the best resort is for your specific family and their needs. So have a magical day, and we hope to talk to you next time and share with you next time just about your next Disney vacation. Bye-bye.